How's everybody doing? I'd like to first start off by thanking the fans, students, alumni. I thought when we came out of that tunnel, that student section was on fire, and I appreciate that. I want to apologize to those same people who paid to see a product that we did not deliver on today. One of the sloppiest first half of football I've ever been a part of, and that's on me. So I want to apologize to the fans, to the students. I challenged you guys. You guys did your part. You showed up. I did not do my part. We will be better. Yes, we won the game, but when you're trying to close the gap, it's not about who you play, it's about how you play. I did think we bounced back a little bit as the game kind of got going on into the second half and did some positive things, got a chance to play a lot of guys. Defense really bowed their neck a couple opportunities and came up with some stops. Got a chance to get a lot of guys in on both sides of the ball, which is going to help us down the road. But we got to be a lot better. Our discipline is way off, but it goes back to our preparation. We practiced exactly how we played this week. We practiced like we were playing a opponent that was quote-unquote below us level-wise as far as what division they were in. And that's how we practice. And hopefully we'll learn from it. I got to do a better job. I saw it all week. I talked about it all week, but obviously didn't get it changed. But we'll be better. I think the guys learned from it. I think in the locker room they kind of opened their eyes to it. So some positive, definitely, but a lot we can get cleaned up for sure. I open up the questions.
Coach, one thing that I do notice, there were a lot of mistakes, but it seems like the guys are playing through mistakes. One case in point, Luke Zavan throws a pick at the goal line, and the fourth quarter game's in hand, but Garrett Burrell runs a play down. Is that one of the things, and some of the things on film that you will look for as positives, is that effort through mistakes?
Yeah, I think that's a really good teachable moment. We talk all the time about, whenever there's a turnover on offense, if we can just get the guy on the ground and give our defense a chance to put their hand down for one more snap, you never know what might happen. And I think that's a really good example. Anytime you can kind of use real life examples to kind of hit on what you're trying to teach them, I think that's good. Obviously, G really did a good job of busting his tail and finishing. So we talked about, you finish every play, finish every rep, finish every drive, finish every game. He got it on the ground. Defense did a really good job of getting it out and turned around and we went the other way. So I think that's a really good learning lesson. Obviously, we got to be a little bit wiser on the throws as to what started it. But I think it's a really good learning lesson for who we want to be and what we want to do moving forward.
Coach, you gained 700 yards on those total offense, and obviously you had chances. Is it just about efficiency and making those possessions count?
Yeah, it's not about the yards. It's not about the score. It's about how you play. And the way we played today, we're not going to win many games. That's just flat out. I got to be a better coach. We got to play better. We got to execute better. You can look at the yards, and that's rat poison. You look at the yards. You look at what the media tweets. You got 700 yards, 2-0. And if you don't look at how you played, you're going to have some issues. And if we play like that moving forward, we're not going to be successful. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm excited about the win. I am excited about the win. But I have high expectations for this football team. Individually, each player, collectively as a team, and how we play is ultimately the most important to me. Not who we play. Did we make a big play on this team or that team? The things that you talked about there, finishing drives, finishing plays, those are the things that are going to help us close the gap. Those are the things that are going to help us get over the hump from last year. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to be in the same situation, and we'll be talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I think our guys see that. I think our guys realize that. Hopefully we'll come back and have a better practice next week.
Coach, what did you see out of the quarterback, Grant Wells, tonight? I know little sloppy things early, but it seemed like from where we were sitting, he was able to kind of get that righted out and finish with a pretty strong game.
Yeah, I mean, the entire offense started the exact same way. Grant Wells just happens to be the guy that catches the ball from center. But Talik Keaton did the same thing. Sal Salguero did the same thing. We all started just kind of, And when you do that, obviously it's going to get magnified on the quarterback. I thought, as the game went on, I thought Grant did a really good job of bouncing back. But, when you start like that offensively, Joe Montana can't fix it. So Don't put it on Grant Wells. Put it on Coach Huff. That start was on Coach Huff. So we could have had Dan Marino back there. If we'd have started like that as a offense, you'd be sitting here saying that Dan Marino is not a Hall of Famer. You guys would write that story. But it's indicative. It's an indication of when you prepare all week in practice, when you come out and you execute, how things can get rolling. Are there going to be mistakes? Yeah, that's what you play the game of football for. Are there going to be things we can learn from? Yeah, but a lot of the things that happened today were self-imposed.
Defensively, I know that we talked a lot last week about Abraham Beauclair and Eli Neal today. It seemed like Charlie Gray sort of filled things out and really was, after the football, in some key spots.
Yeah, last week we had Charlie Gray playing a different position, for the defense that we were playing. This week he got back into kind of his normal position, which, is where you guys saw him make some plays. I thought he did a really good job. I thought the defense did a really good job of adapting back to what we're going to do for the rest of the season. Obviously in a small, sample size, because you can't teach it all or put it all in a week. But I thought, once we moved Charlie Gray back to his normal position, I thought he did some really good things.
How much of the success for that second level is attributed to the defensive line and the depth that you've got there?
Yeah, I think it starts up front on both sides. I think obviously from a defensive line perspective, they can pressure the quarterback. They can put pressure on him, makes the ball come out a little bit quicker. We can stuff the run, which now puts the play caller in a little bit different mentality. So now the back end guys can kind of anticipate, hey, it's 2nd and 11, it's probably going to be a throw. Or hey, it's third and long, it's probably going to be a throw. And then we got the ability to get home. I think we got to the quarterback a bunch today. I'm not sure we hit home every time, but we got to him a bunch, got him off his spot a lot, and was able to kind of create a little bit of, anxiety for him back there, when he did need to throw it.
Where are you at right now with the run game? I know that, the run game will hit in spots to keep a defense just honest, but the yards per carry is kind of in that 3 to 3.5 yard range. Where are you happy with it? You want to see it progress?
I'm not happy with anything on offense other than the fact that we won. So write that. No, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the run game, not happy with the pass game, not happy with the way we stretch, not happy with the way we hydrate, not happy with the way we go to dinner. Why? Because we have so much potential, and that's the most dangerous word in America. We have so much potential that if we take advantage of our opportunities to prepare, we can be really, really good. I'm not worried about stats, whether we run it for 3.4 yards or we run it for 15 yards. I mean, you look at last week, that team ran the ball for 28 yards a carry. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the ball. We're going to get the ball in the hands of the guys who make plays. I think what we got to do is be a lot more consistent in our performance.
All good?
That's it. You guys don't have any questions? That was it? Okay. Well, again, I appreciate all the fans, alumni, and I also apologize for the product that we put on the field today. That is not Marshall football. Don't look at the result. It's not about the result. It's about how we play. All right? So if we can continue to get better and play better, the results will take care of themselves. That's on me. I take full responsibility. So I know I called out the fans and the alumni and the students. Thank you. You did your part. I'll be better next week. I promise you that. Go Herd.